Guess I'll start by talking about my favorite organisms in the fish tank, the guppies. The guppies I have in the fish tank right now are descendants of just two guppies, roughly 16 generations back. I bought one female guppy. She gave birth to roughly 30 offspring. When her offspring matured, I gathered her and most of them up, and I sold them back to the store. I kept two males and 3 or 4 females, the most colorful ones I could find. Originally, there was good phenotypical homogeneity, but genetics painted another picture. Since then, some recessive traits have shown through. For the most part, I just let them do their thing. I don't cull any guppies, and sometimes I don't even mess with the fry or baby guppies when I see them swimming around the tank. The selective pressures are left up to them. The original male guppies were very colorful. Even the females expressed some blues. My current guppies are smaller and less colorful, and I think it's mostly due to the higher nitrates and less nutritious food. Now that I've put better lights over and around the tank, added plants, and given better treatment to the fry, things should improve. I suppose I should introduce the most interesting recessive traits to surface. First is this sort of blonde look. Some of the guppies lack black and blue. In my tank of 20 guppies, currently, only 3 of them express the trait, 2 females and 1 unknown. It's unknown because it's still a baby. I've only ever had 1 blonde male, and it died young. This other recessive trait is also likely caused by the lack of a pigment, but I can't identify it in the females, and I'm not familiar with it genetically. The male in this picture died young. My female guppies typically live long, but if there is an established dominant male guppy, the other rising males tend to die off. They don't fight much, so I usually just attribute it to stress. About 6 months ago, the only and dominant male guppy I had died. He was long-lived. For a time, I had no males, but the females still had fry to bear, so I wasn't worried. Currently, I have 2 males that look to be dominant and 2 rising males. I recently introduced marsh ramshorns into the community, but I put them in a little breeder or fry protector because the guppies will terrorize them. Hopefully they lay eggs in the breeder, and then when the snails hatch, they'll just go through the holes on the breeder, and then hopefully some of them go on to live in the tank or just hide in the rocks. Well, maybe the guppies will get used to them. The snails will make a great cleanup crew. The only downside is that, just like the guppies, they too will produce nitrates. That's why I add plants, more specifically pothos. Pothos can grow underwater in relatively low light, and they consume a lot of nitrates. I don't do water changes because I don't have the time, so junk just builds up forever. I also refuse to change the filter because it contains plenty of microorganisms that benefit my aquarium. When I do need to add water, I use rainwater. I feed the guppies almost every night, about an hour or so before I go to bed. I'm always looking to make the tank more self-reliant, but I just don't have the ability right now. I don't talk much about the guppies because it's not as big of a hobby as it used to be to me. Guppy breeding, that is. It also seems kind of useless, and I like spending my time doing more productive things. You probably won't hear about the guppies again anytime soon. This was just a quick video. Thanks for watching.